Live streaming is on.
Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 7th, 2020. Strong hand, long-term thinking, golden age, having hype. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. We'll talk about that. In motion, one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I'm offended by selling. Compete, don't complain. We're going to talk about that also. Hello, my elite friends. If you've got questions, I've got answers. Ask the questions in the chat. I'll see them probably. Get my attention somehow. Type in my name in there. All right. So Strong Hand 2024. I want to remind everyone that Fridays this week in Bitcoin was great. All the shows are linked to below. Friday, Saturdays Beyond Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. I'm excited about this coming Friday. It will be taped because it's Passover, but you will get to see This Week in Bitcoin. Anita is coming back from Austria. She's going to talk about Zimbabwe. Eugene from Belarus will be on. And Mauricio up in Canada will be talking about Venezuela and all sorts of great things, Lenin, all that stuff that he does. So tune in Friday. It'll be at a very reasonable time on Friday for people on the East Coast. I haven't picked the time it will be scheduled to be at. Hey, remember, if you're watching this tape, play it at 2x. I want, before we get into all the particulars of the show, I do want to say thanks to the people listening to the podcast, sportsmeister.com. Sportsmeister.com. You can listen to all of these shows. You can get 400 of my old shows there, over 400 of them. The archives are still there. So if you missed my old shows, you can listen to them there. But not surprisingly, the last 7 days over there have been the second most popular time period in the history of my audio podcast. So keep on doing what you're doing, audio podcast. People, spread the word. I'm glad you don't need those. You don't need to see this crazy hair, and you definitely don't need fancy sets or graphics. So sportsmeister.com, the audio podcast, going quite smoothly these days. Not a shock due to all these YouTube shenanigans. So hey, but this is where the big boys play. New show every day, even when they ban my freaking channel. Pound that like button. Now, Lop says the number of addresses holding relatively small amounts of Bitcoin has been increasing since the March the 12th crash. This could be a signal that adoption is growing as new users start acquiring relatively small amounts of Bitcoin. Well, it could mean that. And that's actually from Coinmetrics. He was quoting them. It could mean that people were mixing more. But I'll say this, since it did start this trend of smaller addresses increasing at a greater rate than previously, it started on the 12th, the day everybody was panicked with their weak hands. It wouldn't surprise me if some people who used to be in Bitcoin, or maybe who had small positions in Bitcoin, thought, okay, now's my chance to get back in. I'm going to dip my toe in it, get a little bit more. That's it. Not a major acquisition here. So maybe hey, check out the link below. You can see the graph yourself. You can decide on your own. Now, I got this email from Gemini, and I've said this a million times. I'm on their email list, but I don't have an account. I once tried to set an account up there, and they needed my phone bill or something, and I don't have a phone, and then I just left it. But they kept me on their address, their email address, so I get their email list, so I get their updates. BAT is the 6th digital asset available for trading on Gemini. Oh my God, I want to vomit from saying BAT. Basic attention, whatever it is called. Joining Bitcoin, Ether, Bcash, Litecoin, and Zcash, we will be offering US dollar, Bitcoin, and Ethereum trading pairs for BAT on both our continuous order book and our automated block trading system. Learn more about BAT below. Dudes, are you guys going Coinbase or what? And you can do what you want to do over there, but BAT, why BAT? Why BAT? I mean, trying to pump BAT? I don't know. I was surprised by that. I didn't know Gemini was going into like the third tier altcoins there. I didn't know they were down. I mean, I thought they were like, I can understand they want to have Bcash, Zcash, Litecoin, Ethereum. Okay, there's a top tier. I mean, people can argue if they're top or second tier, some of those. But that? All right, do what you're going to do, dudes. Compete, don't complain. You're competing. I'm not complaining. You do. I'm just pointing it out. Like, dude, you're going Coinbase. Some people are going to start hating on you because you're resembling Coinbase. You don't want to lose your customers. But of course, you guys know the 80% is going to diversify for the sake of diversification. So you're just giving them options to waste their money on. That's just the way. That's business. They're not tricking anyone. Gemini, they're not full. I mean, it's just 80%ers are impulsive. Got to get that back. Got to diversify for the sake of diversification. All right, so let's talk about something else. Now, I'm not a big altcoin fan. I'm not a big stable coin fan either. I'm not a big digital, what's it called? A central bank digital currency fan either. I probably like Tether more than I do potential digital currencies of whatchamacallits, of central banks. But here, let me get to the darn point. Bank of Korea moves toward issuance of digital currency. So I linked to the article from the Korea Times, actually. But calm down, people. Calm down. They're not really doing it. It's a 22-month pilot. Okay? So no, they haven't gone full Fed coin. I got no problems with them going Fed coin, but I just don't want people like saying to me, "Oh, you see, they've already jumped on the bandwagon." No, if their pilot works, whatever that means, that would be a big story. If in 2022, which is 22 months from now, they are it's full Fed coin over there. That's big. That would be big. But now they're testing it, so good. Let them test. I got no problem with them testing over there, man. I got no problem with them testing. All right. So what else we got here? I just lost I lost that window there. Okay. Going back to Cali here. Well, I'm already in Cali. Pound that like button. I'm going back to my notepad. All right. So yeah, 35 days until the Bitcoin halving. Remember it. Etch it in your mind, baby. Halving hype. 2024 halving, if you're new to this. If you're old to this, you've been looking forward to this for a while. So, all right. We got something from the compete, don't complain category over here. This is Bitcoin derivatives will soon allow you to hold dollars, gold, or Apple stock on the Lightning Network. This is a big deal. So says the author. Now, I just want to say, I would never mess with anything like that. Okay, Bitcoin derivatives will soon allow you to on the Lightning Network. Derivatives. I'm not a derivative dude. I don't care about gold, Apple stocks, holding them in derivative. But the important part here is that some people love financialization of everything. So this will make Bitcoin more acceptable. This will make Lightning Network more acceptable for those people that just love the gamble on derivatives and love all those complex financial products. Why complicate matters? Why not just stick with the simple Bitcoin? No, people are going to want to have complicated derivatives. Okay, they're working on doing it. They say it's a big deal. Go ahead, compete, don't complain. I like it. I'm not going to participate in it. But hey, it's just another gimmick to wake some people up. It'll wake those traditional dudes up. Maybe, who knows? If Lightning Network with derivatives, what will they come up with next? What will they come up with next? Well, let's move on to Ethereum real quick because we got our favorite Ethereum fan out there, Udi in the state of Israel. He hasn't stopped his ways. He's still. We all know he's not really a fan of Ethereum. He is the the most hated man in Ethereum. The shills in the space, and particularly I'm reading him in Ethereum, are just mindless zombies at this point. They don't even know what they're shilling. Okay, this is true for most of altcoins. All right, Udi. I know you like to pick on Ethereum, but all the altcoins want to be Bitcoin 2.0. Okay, they don't know what their altcoin is really about, what they're doing on the tech level. Of course not. They drill it down. They simplify things to, hey, we want to be the second coming of Bitcoin. Okay, there is no second coming of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. Okay. Even within Bitcoin, there's not a Bitcoin 2.0. All right. And it's a common theme. So they're marketing their coin. I mean, let them market. And if they don't really know what their coin's all about, okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, Ethereum is not supposed to be a competitor with Bitcoin. We know that. But most of the people that get into it, you call them shills or whatever, they got into it because they want to have the next Bitcoin. Okay. And so far, among all the altcoins, they have been the most successful in convincing many, many people that they've got the second coming on Bitcoin, okay? That Ethereum is the next Bitcoin. They've been of all the altcoins, by far, Ethereum has been able to convince the Ethereum fans. It's dudes who aren't working on the technical level of Ethereum have been able to convince other people, buy this because it's going to go up as much as Bitcoin did. All right. So, hey, look, I don't have a problem with them doing that. Okay. You got to understand that you'll learn the hard way that Bitcoin is different from all the rest, and Bitcoin's the next Bitcoin. So they are also over in Ethereum. Udi calls them shills. I'm not going to call them shills. They're fans. They're marketers of it. Okay. They've been spreading the word very much so about Ethereum 2.0. This big change, the big upgrade that is coming. I linked to, and now the price is going up in anticipation of the July Ethereum 2.0 switchover, okay? So is it really going to be better for Ethereum? A lot of people say it's going to kill Ethereum. Now, I don't think it's going to kill Ethereum, but we all know that proof of work is better than proof of stake. They're going to go to proof of stake. They might end up with a fork. They might end up with this, that, and the other. But just that they're doing something. I mean, we're living in a world today where it's so obvious. Do something for the sake of doing something. Everybody piles in and say, oh, it's great that you're doing something. You're changing. 2.0, everybody wants a 2.0 or of something this day. People are like, after the virus, it'll be USA 2.0. 2.0 is like the worldwide gimmick flavor of the month. Pound that like button, people. But hey, they've simplified things nicely. Hey, anyone can understand. Well, they think they can understand. Hey, there's this thing called Ethereum 2.0. It's going to happen. That means I must buy. That means Ethereum's improving. It sounds so futuristic, 2.0. Bitcoin doesn't need that, okay? Bitcoin isn't changing, all right? Bitcoin's not going through some drastic change like that. Altcoins are going to, throughout the future that's coming up, this golden age, there's going to be all sorts of 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, all sorts of redos and everything. And that's the beauty of Bitcoin. There is no redo. It is what it is. 21 million, having every 4 years. That is it. But hey, impulsive people who want to diversify for the sake of diversification, they want this sparkling new 2.0. It's trendy for there to be 2.0s these days. You got to say USA 2.0, World 2.0 coming up after the virus, they're saying. All right. So centralized coins can do stuff like that. They can have a 2.0 version, a 3.0 version. That's why Bitcoin can't have that. It is what it is. It's already defined. Okie dokie there. I'm just reading if I had anything else to say about that. Oh, dollar 2.0. How could I forget? Dollar 2.0 is coming up here. And this is actually an article, a piece. What's it called? Crypto dollars and the evolution of the euro dollar banking. All right. So the premise of this article is that it's hard. People want dollars, they're saying. The whole world, there's a lot of people who can't get dollars, who want dollars. So since it's hard for them to get dollars, it's easier to get stable coins. And thus, a lot of people are going to pile into stable coins to get their piece of the dollar. And that perhaps this new money into stable coins, which are a freer dollar, will flow into Bitcoin. There's a lot of conditions there. And the article is a little bit more complicated than what I just said. You can check it out below. I don't think there will be that many people right now that are willing to get, if they really need their dollars. I don't know if they're going to take it to that next level where they're like, okay, I can't get dollars the usual way, so I'm going to get into this crypto thing and get stable coins, and that's just as good. And then maybe I'll buy some Bitcoin. Hey, it would be great. I hope that happens. Eventually, it will happen. People will be more comfortable with cryptocurrency, with stable coins. But I don't know. This article might be a little bit ahead of its time. But I will say this: people do want to get their hands on dollars. In terms of if you're stuck in the fiat world, if you're stuck in that fiat mentality, you want the best of the best, and the dollar's been the best of the best of the fiat freaks. So there you go. We got something that's, I think I discussed this on a past video, but there's an article. Demand for Bitcoin online courses explodes by 300%. Trapped inside the virus quarantines, hordes of people are turning to online resources to learn about Bitcoin. So I don't know where their measurements exactly come from there. They talk about Udemy. Udemy is not exactly the best source of information. There are all sorts of interesting individuals on there talking about subjects they really might not. They might just use fancy sets and graphics. But it is good to know that there are some people out there that are at least trying to learn during this time and trying to be productive. They might end up learning from the wrong people, going down a bad path. Okay. But at least people are trying. I take a positive spin on that. Oh, so when I talk about the Ethereum 2.0 gimmick, or promoting it, they're doing a lot better job. Their fans are doing a lot better job than the Bcash fans. Bcash halving is in a few days. No one even knows what specific day it's on. I'm not even sure what day it's on. But I do know that people are talking more about it, Ethereum 2.0. No, that's more controversial too, but controversy sells. Controversy gets the 80%ers to buy up your freaking altcoin. So 2.0 is the new altcoin halving, I guess. That works better. If you have a 2.0 version of your altcoin, it's better than having a halving of your altcoin. More people get interested in it. All right, let me check something out over here real quick. What do we got over here? I've been checking that much. All right, what do we got? We got people. We got people yenting over there, but nobody asking questions. All right, moving on. Let's get back to my notepad again. Going back to Cali. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk. Over on Twitter, I have been copied on this thread, okay? And some dude is just, he is stuck like in 2017 or something. And it's not linked to below. Now, this is, speaking of boredom, we're talking about people are getting bored, so they're learning about Bitcoin. That is awesome. If you're bored, and you shouldn't be bored, man. Life is freaking awesome. Go outside, go run. I did my walk earlier today when it was sunny. It's raining a little bit in LA today. But this board, the people that are bored over on Twitter now are this one dude. It's a jump the shark type of topic here. He's talking about medium of exchange of Bcash versus Bitcoin debate, store of value. It's not really a store of value until you can buy stuff with. Dude, it's over. It's a waste of your freaking time. And anyone who gets in on that conversation, it's a waste of your time too. And there are people getting in on it. I got over 20 notifications, like since I started this freaking show. It's all from these people going back and forth, this one dude. But I will say this misplaced passion of this one dude, okay? I take it as a positive because there are always going to be dudes like this that are fed up with Bitcoin, all right? They're frustrated with Bitcoin. They're impatient. It's an impatient frustration. So this is my impatient Bitcoin frustration theory. All of these dudes are always going to be out there, and this one's still stuck in the past. But eventually, he's going to take his frustration out on a new unfriendly fork. And God bless him for doing it. God bless it that we have these impatient people out there who can't, who are just like, it's too slow for me. I can't buy stuff with it now. I like this forked version of it. This is the real Bitcoin. And people who were Bcashers who maybe have gone silent, because there's some that they've clearly left Bcash, but they're still frustrated with Bitcoin. they will jump on to the next unfriendly fork. And it doesn't even have to be about the subject matters they cared about at first. It will be about we need 42 million. Okay, so it's great that people shouldn't get, it's a little annoying to see when you're copied on it on Twitter. And yes, it's a waste of time if you argue with these dudes, but their misplaced passion will fuel other crypto dividends in the future. And if you're a holder of Bitcoin, you are going to benefit from these dudes' misplaced passion. This is the beauty of cryptocurrency, is that if you're angry at the best, if you mess with the best, then you can create whatever you want to. Now, of course, Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, but you can shoot for that Bitcoin 2.0. You can shoot for it. And for me, if you do your altcoin thing, that's fine. But if you make a crypto dividend, if you fork it off, you do the airdrop, that's the best way to do it, because we benefit from it. So keep up your misplaced frustration, dudes. I mean, I wish there's some passion there. There's some passion. I admire the passion of these people. I mean, this guy's using some swear words and everything like that. And he just keeps going and going, and has included all these people on the thread that don't want to be on the thread. But eventually, either you will learn that Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin, or you will take that, your passion, your feelings, your emotion, and you will get in on the next unfriendly fork and make me richer through the crypto dividend process, baby. All right, that's your Bitcoin insider information for today. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Tomorrow, Passover starts at night, so we'll have a reasonably timed show again. I do enjoy doing these reasonably timed shows. All right, Rocky's in the house. Oh, Bcash is halving is in 15 hours, dude. I didn't even know that. All right, thank you, Rocky. He's like the one guy. Pound that like button, Rocky. Rocky's the one guy in Bitcoin who keeps track of when the Bcash halving is going to be. So thank you for your service, Rocky. I will say hello to you and the other dudes in the chat right now. See you.